If you want to get in contact with me, the best way to do it is on Instagram. If you just want to say what up, if you want to tell me you love my videos, you can tell me you hate my videos, but the best way to do that is on Instagram. Peace, y'all. Jonny Fastlane here. So these 8-year-old kids drop a diss track on Cardi B, and the game completely steals Nipsey Hussle's flow. Plus, 50 Cent and DJ Paul both say that Nicki Minaj shouldn't retire. Let's talk hip-hop.
Hey yo, that's my word. You be smiling like a turd. You belong in a zoo. You be sounding like a bird. We know how you do when you trying to get that worm. That's why you wash up. You remind me of a germ. All that money, now your soul is replaced. They could fix your teeth, but they couldn't fix your face. It's out of this world. You must be from outer space. Going nowhere fast, like you running in place. I wonder how long you'll last. Cardi, you trash. We don't like you like bullies in class. We turn it up and you ain't make the cut. I don't know what's faker, your life or your butt. And I don't know what's up. Why you so lame? Seems all you do is talk loud and complain. We're in the game, but we're not the same. Make sure you remember Z Nation the name. Z Nation the name.
Yo, I wonder how long you'll last. Cardi, you trash. We don't like you like the bullies in class. Shut up, yo. This is crazy, right? So they're saying like they could fix your teeth, but they can't fix your face. You smell like a zoo, blah, 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 right? First of all, I don't think that these kids are 8 years old, right? And they're brothers. There's 4 of them. They're quadruplets, right? And they're from like upstate New York, and Cardi B is not actually too far from them. Or I mean like where she's from. She's from the Bronx, New York, so a couple hours away, right? To me, a lot of people on the internet are like, oh, these are kids just playing, oh, these little boys are funny and blah blah blah. But to me, I don't think it's funny, yo, and I don't think they're playing, because I don't think that they wrote the rhymes themselves, right? I think that their parents are behind them, or a manager, or some adult figure that's kind of facilitating all this, right? And of course they want to go for the person that's at the top, right? Which is insane. So anyway, Cardi B sees this and responds.
Work for the album. I'm not gonna let no little fucking white boys motherfucking come at me all motherfucking day long. Man, shut the fuck up and stay in your motherfucking place. Go your motherfucking milk, bitch. Fuck. I be too fucking nice to every motherfucking body. Suck my dick.
Alright, yo, so Cardi B just straight up went off, right? She wasn't trying to be cool, she wasn't trying to be tactful, she wasn't trying to be witty or anything like that. She's just like, yo, shut the fuck up, right? I'm not trying to let no little white boys try to come at me, right? And I feel Cardi on this, right? Like when you get to a certain, point where just everybody is picking at you, everybody's making fun of you, everybody got their name in your mouth, and for somebody that even not even from the culture tries to appropriate the culture and then come at a figure within the culture, yeah, get them out of here, right? So the internet feels differently than the way I feel and the way that Cardi feels, right? The internet feels like, oh, they're just having fun. The internet feels like, oh, they're cute, right? The internet is almost mad at Cardi B for talking to kids like that and cursing them out and saying go drink your milk and blah, 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 blah. But here's my thing. I'm thinking like, yo, if you're gonna act like an adult, right? If you're gonna step in the game and try to come at an adult, then you better be ready for what that adult has to say to you, or how that adult comes at you. Because when you're in the industry, people don't see age. It's not like, if Aretha Franklin gets dissed by Future, which never happened, by the way. I'm not, saying that it happened, but if Aretha Franklin gets dissed by Future, it's not like, Aretha Franklin, R.I.P., but Aretha Franklin is not gonna come at Future. I mean, is not gonna not come at Future because he's younger than her, right? In the industry, we see, figures, and that's it. So if Cardi B wanted to come at these kids, then by all means it's fair game, because they stepped in the game and started trying to talk and get at her, right? But of course, Cardi B, felt the pressure from Twitter, and Twitter basically said that, Cardi B is out of pocket. So then she went back onto Instagram and basically said that when she went on that rant talking about, yo, fuck these little white boys or whatever, go drink your milk, that she wasn't talking about those kids. kids, the 4 brothers, that she was talking about some trolls, some white boys that was in her comments or whatever the case may be. She tried to put a little spin on it, right? But if you know, you know, right? What's understood doesn't gotta be said. And we do know that Cardi B was straight up talking to them kids, but if she tried to clean it up, I guess that's cool. But them kids deserve it. And if I was Cardi B, I wouldn't even did the second thing and been like, yo, yeah, I really wasn't talking about them kids. Like, fuck them little fucking kids, man. Yeah, I was talking about them, right? They got enough nerve to come at me and talk about me, and they want to play on my level, then let's play. You know what I'm saying? But hey, let me know what you think about this in the comments.
Wake up every morning and I'm grateful. To my city, I remain faithful. To my bandana, I will never disgrace you. To my dead homies, I will never erase you. Fuck with me though. Memory of my nigga Vito. Back and forth to Toledo. Everything stuffed in that Regal. Come on. On that 10, Twin Desert Eagles. You let them birds fly like eagles. Get your head cracked for that kilo. Bust the strap and reload. Shoot them shots like free throws. Tires burning till they bald, like they went through chemo. All the niggas we know, they stick to the G code. Throw that dolphin in that water, like you Dan Marino. Don't do no faking, don't take no losses, nigga. If you get caught, you close your mouth, don't take they offer, nigga. We blow this green like we in Boston, nigga. Yeah, we flossing, can't fit no Escalade in your coffin, nigga. Coughing on gelato. House in Calabasas, look like niggas just hit the lotto. We out here on our bullshit like Chicago.
Alright, so this is crazy, right? This whole situation is bugged out, right? So y'all seen that, right? That was a little snippet of the game's new song, and pretty much on the song, he sounds exactly like Nipsey Hussle, right? Not voice-wise, okay? But if you take his flow and you replace that with Nipsey's voice, like basically imagine that everything that game is saying exactly the way that he's saying it, but in Nipsey's voice, then boom, it's Nipsey on the track, right? And this is crazy. So I heard something like this a couple years back, right? Not Nipsey in the game, but it was Rick Ross and P. Diddy, right? It was on a song called Big Homie, right? When Diddy was like, I can go to any hood, bet they know me. You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't saying it. He was saying it in his voice. But if you take every single word that Puffy said on that track and you put Rick Ross's voice on there, and then you'll be like, yo, that's Rick Ross who wrote that, right? And it's crazy because Rick Ross didn't even try to, you know, disguise his flow or anything like that. He wrote the verses for Puffy in his own flow and just said, here, Puffy, recite them. So of course Puffy is rapping them in Rick Ross's flow, but just in his own voice, right? And it's very obvious that you can tell that, right? And so it sounds like the same on this song with the game, right? But it's a little bit different because I don't think that Nipsey Hussle wrote for the game. I don't think that Nipsey Hussle ever wrote anything for the game, right? So I'm just letting that be known, right? But it is a fact that it kind of seems like Nipsey's brain was in the game's head or something, right? But here's the thing, right? I feel like the game has been listening to a lot of Nipsey Hussle lately, right? Ever since Nipsey passed, he probably is mourning his friend. He probably is listening to Nipsey Hussle out of, you know, just to remember him and commemorate him and respect him. He's probably been going back listening to a whole bunch of old Nipsey Hussle music that was released 10 years ago, underground music that we probably never heard of, unreleased stuff that we don't have yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure the game has been listening to Nipsey Hussle day in and day out. I mean, he even has a license plate that says Nipsey Hussle's name on it, right? So I already know, right? And I really think that, you know, since the game subconsciously was listening to Nipsey Hussle so much that he picked up his flow. You know what I mean? I really think that's what it is. I think that the game sat down to write a verse like he always does, but couldn't even write a verse in his own flow and ended up writing it in Nipsey Hussle's flow because he was listening to it so much that he picked up an influence from Nipsey Hussle, which is crazy, but you know, it's understandable, right? And this is the reason why a lot of rappers say they don't listen to music or listen to rap music at least, right? So I remember watching an interview like years ago, right, with Kanye West, and somebody said to him, well, they asked him like, hey man, what you listening to now, right? Because we want to know if Kanye West likes, new rappers in hip hop, right? We want to know if Kanye West likes, Meg Thee Stallion. Tell us, are you listening to Meg Thee Stallion now? What do you play when you're in your car? We want to know if Kanye West, is listening to Cardi B right now, or DaBaby, right? Or Lil Baby for that matter. Like, Kanye West, are you down with the new stuff in hip hop? And if a Kanye to give an answer like, I don't really listen to rap, it's kind of like, how are you a rapper and you don't even listen to rap, right? But I think that they do that on purpose, right? Because if you're listening to a whole bunch of rap, like let's say I'm a rapper and all I do is listen to DaBaby all day long, then subconsciously, even if I don't try to do it on purpose and I sit down and I start to write my rhymes, I'm gonna start rapping like as if I'm DaBaby. I'm gonna approach the track as if he would, right? And I think that's what happened to the game, man. It's just simply he was listening to a lot of Nipsey Hussle and then approached the track with Nipsey Hussle's brain in mind, or not, you know what I'm saying? Subconsciously, but not consciously, right? So, it's just weird. I think that the game has to probably like stop listening to Nipsey Hussle for a little while so he could get back into his own flow, because dead ass, on the track, he sounds straight up. If you take everything that he said and you put Nipsey's voice to it, it's Nip, man. It's so crazy. I mean, from the words to the terminology to the slang that he's using, like everything. I mean, it's bugged out, but I don't blame the game at all. I think that it's just, an influence, which is also actually pretty dope. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Alright, so 50 Cent goes on Instagram, right? And he's like, both these niggas crazy, but you gotta love that South Side. Because 50 is from South Side, Jamaica, Queens too, right? And then he goes, I don't want Nicki Minaj to retire. Just take a break. You know what I'm saying? So this is cool, right? And I see it because, 50 Cent be trolling a lot of people and dissing them and making fun of them or whatever like this. But this is cool because straight up, he's like, yo, I don't even want Nicki to retire. Just take a break and like come back, right? And a lot of people feel that same way. They feel like, the internet's been getting down on Nicki. Yeah, maybe it's a little bit too much pressure. So just take a little break, maybe 6 months or something, and then come back, right? For me, I think that she even deserves to take maybe a year or two off. Yes, I'm gonna miss Nicki Minaj. Yes, I'm gonna miss her music. But if she could take that time off, seriously be happy, become the housewife that she's always wanted to be, have her baby, have her family, and then come back to the game and rap from a different perspective, like from a mother's perspective, that'd be dope too. And I'm all with that, right? So I think that this is really cool. A lot of people are gonna miss her and they've really been talking about her, right? So in addition to 50 Cent talking about Nicki Minaj and saying that he don't want her to retire, TMZ caught up with DJ Paul in the airport too, right? And same thing, right? So they asked DJ Paul, like, what do you think about Nicki Minaj retiring? He's like, what? She's retiring? Like, oh, hell no. He's like, man, she has all those voices and those dope characters and everything. She's almost like a Jim Carrey of hip hop. Like, I love Nicki's music. She's my Jim Carrey. And he said he loves Jim Carrey too, right? So that was cool. And then he goes, listen, man, after she has that baby, she is probably going to get a nanny. As soon as the baby starts crying, she's going to get a nanny and get back into the studio. He said, trust me, just be sitting at home and enjoying your money is boring. He said, that's why I'm still working. And then he gave like a quick story about his grandfather, how his grandfather used to work. And then once he retired and moved to the suburbs, he actually died within a year. And he said that he was a kid and saw that happen to his grandfather. So he's definitely not going to stop working until he literally has to stop working, period, right? So he's like, yo, Nicki Minaj can't just stop working, right? And I mean, yes, I feel the same way. I feel you, DJ Paul, and I feel you, 50 Cent, and Nicki Minaj is going to be missed, but I think that she has to do this for herself, right? And then, yeah, she probably will come back and she will rap again and she will like just be like, yo, Barbs, what up, right? But I just think that she's like, what if? Or she wants to see what's on the other side of the fence. And I think that she deserves to take the time out to explore that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to give Nicki her time. You feel me? So I don't want to be selfish. I want to let Nicki be free. You know what I'm saying? I can't be, so selfish and love her so much that it's like, you gotta stay here, you gotta stay here. You know what I'm saying? Like, go do your thing, man, and come back, please. But I want you to go do your thing. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all think about this and everything else in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Follow me at Jonny Fastlane on Instagram, and y'all already know what to do. Peace.